Adjust pay for city positions. Plus, we take a look at the historic Olivia building renovations. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, the Joplin City Council looks at a revised pay plan for its city employees. Plus, rebuilding history in Joplin. We check out the progress on the restoration of the historic Olivia building. And an extra inning thriller to open the season for the Neosho Wildcats. Highlights in sports.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Joplin City Council approves a revised step pay plan for its city workers. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The plan adjusts annual salaries for positions with the city. It also establishes a few new positions. Those positions are the neighborhood improvement supervisor, project coordinator, and a lead building inspector. The council also approved an ordinance making the city compliant with new state laws related to punishment for certain marijuana crimes. Makes the fine for smoking marijuana in unauthorized public places $100. Other marijuana offenses have fines capped at $250 for the first offense, $500 for the second, and $1,000 for subsequent violations. And the Joplin City Council got an update on renovations to the historic Olivia building apartments. These are photos from right after a fire at the building in December of 2020, and a look at the progress so far. Blue Haven Investments now owns the building and is handling the renovations. Blue Haven officials say they're listening to bids for the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing work. They're also currently framing out apartments for the 5th floor of the building. All of this work started by making sure the building was safe and secure.
In addition to what we've done on the exterior, we've also gone through the interior's foundation and shored up and reinforced the structure on a lot of points of the building. So a lot of the work we've done up to this point has been to secure the future for the building, secure its foundation, repair everything that we can before we come in and really start the renovation work of adding new things in here.
Blue Haven expects the renovations to be completed by winter of next year. People moving to Eureka Springs, Arkansas have a job but often don't have their own address. Affordable rental properties in short supply. One of the tourist town's largest hospitality employers decided to make some space for them. Reporter Michael Hoffman is in Eureka Springs with the Crescent Hotel's Little Hotel for New Hires.
We had a terrible time finding somewhere to live when we got here.
Sarah E. Kelly is a cosmetologist at the Crescent Hotel Spa. She says the housing assistance has been a huge help.
And something that I've loved about the hotel from the beginning is that it always feels like a family here, and we take care of each other so well. So this is just another layer to what the hotel does for their employees. And so it's been a blessing to find this place to work at as well.
The executive vice president of the hotel, Jack Moyer, says the company repurposed what was an assisted living facility, turning it into small apartments.
We want to be able to provide that service to individuals on a transitional basis, so they can come, they can land in a space, safe, comfortable, affordable, and then ultimately move out of our space and into more permanent housing.
Moyer says he is also working on more full-time childcare.
We love the service that young mothers provide. Very nurturing, very friendly, but a lot of times it's difficult when you have a young baby at home to enter the workforce and be able to afford childcare. So we're in the process. We've started a babysitting service, and we're moving that forward to a full childcare facility.
For Sarah, she says it's great not to worry about how she'll take care of her kids when she's at work.
And it's in a location that doesn't have high traffic or anything. I think makes everybody feel a lot better. And plus it's open at times where we need it to be open. So yeah, that's been a blessing as well.
The next phase of that project is going to be completing the second half of the building's apartments. Right now, there are 7 finished apartments with 7 more on the way, expected to be finished sometime this summer. Mostly dry out there now, but that's going to change. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, everybody's going to get into the rain a little bit later on tonight and then into the morning hours for us tomorrow. Had some sunshine during the morning hours, clouds thickened during the afternoon. Not bad, 59 started at 27, just very windy. Our average high is 61 for this time of the year. Clouds continue to thicken up, and we've had some very light little sprinkles across portions of the four-state area. Most of us are dry, but these are going to really increase, especially after midnight tonight. Temperatures 49 Lamar, 51 in Anderson, 50 in Veneta. Yates Center is sitting at 49 degrees. Still windy. We have those strong southerly winds at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, and it's going to stay windy as we go through the next couple days. Through the overnight hours tonight, rain really increases late tonight. More thunderstorms by Thursday. We're going to talk about it all here in just a bit.
See you then. A Joplin man is now in jail for a crash that killed an adult and 2 children. Prosecutors charge Anthony Hendricks with 3 counts of first-degree manslaughter for the September 2021 single-car crash. Investigators say Hendricks was driving at a high speed under the influence of marijuana when he crashed the car on Highway 10 south of Miami, Oklahoma. The 3 people killed in that crash were 7-year-old Eden Melton, 5-year-old Raylan Brown, and 29-year-old Terry Wilkins, all of Joplin. All 3 died at the scene. 1 person is dead, another seriously injured from a Crawford County, Kansas crash. The crash happened this morning. 43-year-old Kelly Bradshaw of Walnut, Kansas, was driving east on K-47 west of Girard. Authorities say Bradshaw crossed the center line and hit a car driven by 69-year-old Judith Keener from Arizona. Hit the car head on. Keener died at the scene. Bradshaw suffered suspected serious injuries. Authorities in Allen County, Kansas are investigating after human remains were found over the weekend. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation says the remains were found Saturday evening by a man searching for deer antler sheds east of Humboldt near Arizona Road and 1800 Street. Shortly after they were found, the Allen County Sheriff called in the KBI to help. The person whose remains were found has not yet been identified, nor has the cause of death. An autopsy has been scheduled. In recent weeks, there have been a growing number of reports of catalytic converter thefts from vehicles all across Joplin. The converters, which contain precious metals, are targeted by thieves who sell them on the black market. According to a muffler repair shop owner, the thefts are happening in broad daylight, with thieves using saws or other cutting tools to remove the converters from under vehicles parked on public streets, parking lots, and driveways.
They don't really care or want the aftermarket ones because they have less of the precious metals that are in there. They want the original ones that came out of the car.
The Joplin police say that in 2021 and 2022 combined, they investigated 406 reports of stolen catalytic converters. A couple of Joplin residents recently fell victim to employment scams. According to the Better Business Bureau Scam Tracker, employment scams rose 23% from 2021 to 2022. They are the #1 scam targeting victims ages 18 to 34. But there are some things you can look for before filling out a job application.
Do a quick online search of the name of the person that's requesting to do an interview or says that you've been hired. Or before an interview, do a quick search about what the normal hiring practices are, how they set their associates up for remote work. Find out what information is normal so you go into that interview with the information you need to make a good decision.
To read more about employment scams, you can go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up, the investigation into former President Trump.
A possible indictment and arrest for former President Donald Trump. I'm Astrid Martinez in Lower Manhattan as police prepare for protest.
Plus, President Biden issues his first veto. We're going to tell you about that bill. A law enforcement source tells CBS News that former President Trump is not expected to be indicted tomorrow, but an indictment could come later this week. Still, preparations are underway in New York, both for possible protests as well as for the unprecedented logistics of possibly arresting, handcuffing, and fingerprinting a former president. Reporter Astrid Martinez is outside Manhattan Criminal Court with details.
Police in Lower Manhattan are setting up barriers in anticipation of protests after former President Trump posted on social media that he is going to be arrested. The Manhattan District Attorney is investigating allegations that Trump falsified business records linked to a hush money payment to former porn star Stormy Daniels. The 2024 presidential candidate is urging his supporters to protest and take our nation back.
They're a different group that could come in armed. They could come in with explosives.
Intelligence sources are telling CBS News that they are seeing a significant increase in threats towards law enforcement, judges, and government officials in New York.
Did you know about the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels?
Trump has long denied the accusations, while Daniels told 60 Minutes in 2018 that she was paid by Trump fixer Michael Cohen to keep quiet about an alleged affair.
I was concerned for my family and their safety.
On Monday, the Manhattan grand jury heard from the potential final witness in the case, Trump ally Robert Costello. He says Cohen has no credibility and acted without Trump's knowledge.
If they want to go after Donald Trump and they have solid evidence, so be it. But Michael Cohen is far from solid evidence.
Trump also faces criminal probes in Georgia and Washington related to his attempts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
Trump's lawyers today asked a Georgia court to quash a report from the special grand jury investigating the attempts to pressure state and local election officials. Portions of the grand jury's report released in January show there is a belief that perjury was committed by one or more witnesses. The district attorney said at the time that no decision has been made on whether to pursue charges against anyone. President Joe Biden today issued his first veto. The president sought to kill a Republican-authorized measure that would ban the government from considering environmental impacts or potential lawsuits when making investment decisions for people's retirement plans. In a video released by the White House, Mr. Biden said he vetoed the measure because it put at risk the retirement savings of individuals across the country. President Biden signed a bill into law today that will declassify intelligence on the origins of COVID-19. The bill unanimously passed both chambers of Congress earlier this month. It orders the National Intelligence Director to declassify all information on potential links between the virus and the Wuhan Institute of Virology in China. Information that could compromise national security will remain classified. A little bit later, softball season's on the way. We're going to hear from the defending state champs, the Frontenac Raiders, on their season opener.
Also, spring is here. We have spring showers, even some thunderstorms on the way. We're going to look at that coming up. Temperatures not that bad for us today. Most of us right around 58 to about 60 degrees. It was just super windy. We had the sun and the morning clouds really thickened up during the afternoon. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, rain is going to start to increase late tonight into the morning hours for us tomorrow. Already, we've had some light showers, or really sprinkles, out across Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, into northwestern Arkansas. But our main system still out here, the central parts of the Rockies, which is heading toward us as we go through the overnight hours tonight. A little closer look, you can see these kind of light showers just kind of dying as they move in. So most of us are dry. We have a couple sprinkles, Delaware County into parts of Benton County, and that's it right now. But these are going to increase, especially late tonight. Temperature is 48, Stockton, 51 at Grand, Pittsburgh 50. We have Independence sitting at 49 degrees. We can go outside, 7th and Rangeline sitting at 49. Southerly winds 10 to 20. Humidity is at 44%. The winds, they've been up there all day long. We've had gusts in that 30 to 40 mile per hour range. It's still windy. It's just back down just a little bit. Our gusts right now kind of in that 25 to 35 mile per hour range. And these are going to stay strong tonight into tomorrow as we continue through the day. Tomorrow, winds gusting 30 to 40. They increase a little bit, kind of 35 to 45. Tomorrow night into Wednesday, it stays windy Wednesday into Thursday, and then finally they'll start to calm down late Thursday into Friday. All right, look at our rain chances. Here's 2 a.m., 5 a.m. Look at this, 8 a.m. They shoot way up, 11 a.m., 2 p.m. Then they trail off as we go into the afternoon. Let's step through time. Showers increasing, so Chanute, Fredonia, Neodesha, Yates Center, Independence, Coffeyville, and Nowata. Here's 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Everybody gets into the action by 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. We are going to have a few rumbles of thunder. Nothing strong, nothing severe. Heaviest rain moves into the southwestern Missouri, also northwestern Arkansas side of the 4-state area by late morning, gone by noon. Then most of us just mostly cloudy skies, but we only warm into lower 50s for highs. Random shower tomorrow night, random shower on Wednesday as we wait for that next system. But look at this, temperature is warm well into the 70s by the time we head into Wednesday afternoon. Not the case tomorrow. Highs only into lower 50s. We're going to have the showers in the morning and then just clouds during the afternoon. Rainfall amounts, I think most of us with this first system will get a quarter, maybe upwards to a half an inch in spots. And then we're going to have thunderstorm chances again moving in on Thursday. Some of those storms could be a little bit stronger. 52 tomorrow, 74 on Wednesday, near 70 on Thursday. Showers Friday, cooler. Saturday, showers, thunderstorms roll back in late Saturday into Sunday, but a warmer weekend and just kind of up and down temperatures, but very active through this week.
Yeah, rain chances at least pretty much every day for the rest of the week. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, the Carl Junction baseball team opens up the season at home against the Neosho Wildcats, and the Frontenac softball team prepares to defend their 3A state championship this spring. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
Today is the opening day of the season for the Carl Junction High School baseball team. The Bulldogs get to start their season at home this afternoon, facing COC rival Neosho. And the Wildcats, aiming for a big spring this year, coming off their best record since 2016. They'll pick it up first inning. Cale Smith gets some help from his defense. Quentin Hughes starts the double play. Colton Southern turns it for Neosho. Game scoreless after 1. To the second inning, Smith cruise control on the mound, gets the swing and the miss there. Then third inning, off speed, gets the strikeout looking. Both pitchers in this one really good today. On the other side, Logan Eck for CJ. Strikeout there, ends the top of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th, still scoreless, runners on second and third for the Bulldogs. Wild play here. Chopper to third. Hughes comes home with it. Ball's knocked loose. Eli Czar's like, I tagged him and he missed the play, but he's safe. Czar throws to second. Dude safe there too. Colton Southern comes back home with it. There's the second out, but we're not done yet. Czar slings it back to third. Runner caught in a pickle. Eventually, he is tagged out trying to get to third. CJ gets the first run on the play, but Neosho fights back to send this thing to extra innings, tied 1-1. So we go to the top of the 8th, first and second. Eli Czar pokes one through the left side. River Brill comes in to score. That gives Neosho their first lead. Moments later, Austin Rodriguez drops a base hit into center. Here comes Quentin Hughes in to score. Neosho gets 3 in the top of the 8th, and that was it. Wildcats win their season opener over Carl Junction 4-1. In Webb City tonight, the Cardinals aiming for their first win of the season, hosting an interstate matchup with Grove. It's the Ridge Runners, though, winning this one 6-4. Hunter Wall goes 2 for 4 with a 2-run homer and 4 RBIs for Grove. The Ridge Runners are now 6-1 this season, while Webb City slips to 0-2 on the year. Well, the Frontenac Raiders are just 2 weeks away from their softball season opener. The Raiders are the defending 3A state champions, claiming their 3rd championship since 2016 last season. Frontenac returns 4 players who earned all-state honors from the Kansas Softball Coaches Association last year. Actually, they only lost 1 senior from last year's team in Heather Arnett, who now plays at Pittsburgh State. Now in the circle, the Raiders return sophomore Avery Johnson. Johnson was a first-team All-State player as a freshman last year. And Frontenac head coach Cassie Rooms is once again expecting big things from her starting pitcher.
She's a totally different kid this season. She's so much more outgoing, you know, and she wants the ball in her hand. She wants that responsibility, you know, and it's opened up our relationship a lot too. You know, coming in last year, she was a transfer. Really didn't know how things went down in you know, in our program, and so she was a little intimidated, I think. But man, she's a totally different kid this year. She swings the bat so much different. She steps on the mound with authority, you know, and she's really excited, you know, to put this team on her back and see what she can do for us. And you can't ask for anything more out of a pitcher, especially just a sophomore.
Anytime you have 4 All-State players returning and one of them is a sophomore coming off a first-team All-State selection, you're in pretty good shape.
They have a bright season of future ahead of them, I'm sure. We'll be right back. A very special and kind of furry guest hopped over to Joplin today. The Easter Bunny made an appearance at North Park Mall. Yeah, the Easter Bunny. He was there to take pictures with people's pets. 4-legged friends were allowed only in the designated Easter Bunny photo area, not anywhere else in the mall. The bunny's assistant says he brings joy to the community.
Right. And, you know, when you go to the mall, you know, just, you know, always see the Easter Bunny or, you know, characters for anything. So I think it's a good, you know, you get out on the spring break with the children and there's the Easter Bunny at the mall, you know, so it brings joy to the teenagers. You know, they like to pick on the Easter Bunny, but we have a good time with it, and I think the kids have a good time with it, so.
It's good of the assistant to talk with us. You can't really interview a bunny, turns out. The Easter Bunny is going to be set up at the mall at different times through next Monday. So if you want to have your pet's picture taken with the Easter Bunny, this is your opportunity.
Cool.
It's going to be kind of cool,
yeah,
and a little bit rainy.
We're going to drop back to about 40. So a cold rain through the morning hours and then just kind of cloudy lower 50s during the afternoon. Check this out though, 74 on Wednesday, thunderstorms Thursday.
Final sports note.
The World Baseball Classic Championship game is set. United States against Japan tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
Wow. Thanks for joining us. Morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.